Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm currently in my chicken coop and I just have some thoughts running through my head. And where's my camera so I can look into it? Right there. I just have some thoughts running through my head. It's a really nice day. Like, I feel good. I have energy. We took the day off from school, so I am just making videos and reading books and spending time outside, and just a day where we're just gonna do what we want to do on this nice, not yet spring day, but it feels very springy. It's March 1st, and it's great. But anyways, so I'm sitting inside my chicken coop right now because I felt like it was an appropriate place to film, although there's only one chicken in here, and you can't see her because she's down in there. Yeah, they don't lay in their nest boxes, by the way. They want to lay down here in this old feed trough area, and I filled it with hay, and so one of them's in there, and you might see her pop out at some point during the video. I don't know. She's probably really disturbed that I'm in here right now because hens like their privacy when they're laying eggs. And so yeah, if you hear roosters and turkeys, I'm outside, and that's why. But I'm sitting here in the chicken coop because I felt like it was an appropriate place to film for the thoughts that I have today. We have 23 chickens and one turkey. But 23 chickens, and I will just say that first we started out with 6, and that was in Florida, but I sold those. And then when we moved here to North Carolina, I ordered 9. You can get chickens in the mail, by the way, if you didn't know that. So I got 9 little baby chicks in the mail, one of them being a rooster, because I knew I wanted a self-sustaining flock. I wanted them to be able to have babies naturally, and that way I wouldn't have to fool with the whole heat lamp and an incubator mess, because it's just so much easier when animals raise their own babies. And I have hay in my hair, but that's okay. And the dog's barking. He barks at everything, so I'm not too concerned. What was I saying? So I got 9 little chicks in the mail. And then now I have 23 chickens, and all of those chickens, with the exception of one, came from those 9 original chickens. So chickens generally are good mothers. They're good at reproducing, which is great. If you're ever wanting chickens and you kind of want a self-sustaining flock, because chickens do have like sort of a timeline on their productivity when they're laying eggs. Every year that they get older, the hens lay less and less eggs. So a lot of people, they have to go buy new hen chicks or pullets every couple years. And I knew I didn't want to do that, so that's why I got the rooster. And to avoid getting roosters, people will just go ahead and buy the chicks. But, I really like that mine do what they do. I didn't want to be buying chicks, and so they're reproducing. They reproduce fantastically now. Have a few hens every year that, since those original chicks, that want to lay eggs and have babies, which is great. The only issue that you run into if you want to do that, which is fair warning if you're looking into getting chickens, is half the babies will be hens, which is great. That's what you want, but half will be roosters. And if you don't know anything about roosters, they're pretty aggressive with each other, and that there's usually 1, maybe 2 roosters per flock of hens. They don't like sharing their ladies. They're very competitive, so they will fight with each other. And so, what was it? This past summer and then this fall, we had a total of 9 roosters, which is too many. It's also hard on the ladies because they get bred by these roosters, and a hen can really only handle getting bred by 1 or 2 roosters, depending on how many hens there are. And so when they're getting bred like that all day, it really just tears up their back. Their feathers, will fall out. And I have chickens. I can see through the crack. They're just standing there wondering what I'm doing in the coop. But they will lose feathers on their back, and it's just a rough time on them, because really they should only have 1 rooster man, to deal with, and not 5 or 6 or 9 like we had. To deal with that problem, which does become a problem, is we eat our excess roosters. I feel really comfortable doing that simply because you can't really sell roosters. They're a dime a dozen. The best you can do is give them away, and it's still really hard to give a rooster away. And if you're giving him away, you're likely giving him to someone who's going to eat him anyway. I mean, it's free chicken dinner. So why do that when I put the time into it and I feed them and I take care of them and I actually care about them because I've been with them from egg to grown rooster. So we eat them. But let's see, what was it? In December, I think it was December, we killed 4 roosters that had hatched over the summer. And we ate those. Those are already gone. The problem that's left, though, is that we have, I think, 4 roosters left right now. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. Wait, 4. Oh, I think we have 5. Yeah, we have 5. And the problem that I'm running into, which I'm now talking to you guys about, is the reason we didn't do the rest of them that day is because I felt like I needed more time, because the remaining roosters are very pretty and it's hard. I feel like this speaks to a lot of things in life. This could be applied in a lot of different areas, but it's hard to kill something pretty. And, you know, pretty is as pretty does. A rooster's a rooster. You know, they get aggressive with each other. They're going to start fighting. They're already tearing up my hens' backs. I need to do something about them. I'm not going to give them away because someone else is just going to eat them. So why let someone else benefit from my work that I put into them? And I can't sell them because no one wants to buy a rooster when you can go get one for free, you know? So I'm just running into that issue right now and trying to work myself up to it. I know once it's done, it'll be done and I'll move on, and there will be more roosters this summer. There will be more pretty chickens years to come in my future. I do not need all these roosters. It's not good for us to have all these roosters. At most, I think we'll keep 2 because I think we have 18 ladies, and 2 roosters for 18 ladies isn't that bad. And they do figure out their hierarchy, so they will fight for a while. The 2 roosters will, but then, you know, one will end up being the dominant rooster who's with the ladies most of the time, and the other one will kind of be on the outskirts, and he'll breed when he gets the chance, you know, if there's a lady that, a lady hen that decides to keep him company. So I'm pretty comfortable with 2 roosters, and that's what I plan to keep, but it's been really hard to narrow down who I want to keep. One rooster is the main rooster that I want to keep. He's the top dominant rooster currently. He has a little beard. And the reason I want to keep him is because he's very protective of the hens. He even fought with a hawk this past summer that tried to take a chick, which did take a chick. But he fought it. And, oh, here comes Wallace. Oh, sorry. I had to cut the video off for a second and deal with the problem. But, so, yeah, he's a really good rooster, and the main reason I want to keep him not only is because he's so protective of the hens, but also because he is not aggressive at all with people. And that is an issue you will run into if you have roosters, is a good portion of them will become aggressive with people. And it's something that you don't want to have to deal with. The kids can't come in here by themselves because we do have an aggressive rooster in here, and he's definitely meeting his end in the stock pot. When I narrow down all the roosters, he's the first one that's going to go. I've given him plenty of chances. He's our original rooster that we ordered from the hatchery, and I thought that I had him cured of being aggressive, but he's starting to get aggressive again, and he comes after me. And that's just another thing that you have to deal with roosters, is they get aggressive and they have to go. You know, they can put an eye out on a child. It hurts, and you wouldn't think so for being such a fairly small animal, but it's scary when you have a bird coming after you. So he's definitely going to go, but I'm having issues figuring out who else is gonna meet the pot. And that's just been on my mind, and something that I've been struggling with, and I just know needs to get done. Because again, pretty doesn't lay eggs. You know, pretty doesn't do too much here, and you can't keep something just because it's pretty. Wallace, you're in the way. So that's just something I'm gonna have to deal with, and that I'm talking about today, and just something that I feel like other people maybe need to keep in mind if they think about having a homestead or chickens or having a rooster. You have to think about the babies and what are you going to do with all these roosters. And it's tough. It's not an easy thing to do. It's been easier the last couple times that we've harvested chickens, which harvest is just the nice word for butchering, slaughtering. People just don't like to say it now, but I don't know. I have no problem with it. We slaughter, we kill, they gotta go. At least they're feeding us. They're not going to waste. There's no room in the world for extra roosters. So it's just something you have to deal with, and something that I'm, again, dealing with. I don't know how much easier it will ever get, but you know, this is what I want to do, and it's not all fun and frolicking, you know, through a meadow with flowers with your happy chickens and goats. Like, you have to do hard stuff, and you have to make hard decisions. It's hard to live with sometimes, but it's totally worth it in my opinion. And yeah, that's just what's on my mind. That's what's going on in my life. I hope you didn't mind this, just this brain dump that I've put onto video and I'm going to upload on the internet. I hope you didn't mind or enjoyed watching or gained something from it. And I will see you guys again soon, and I hope you have an awesome day.